From struggles during her childhood to numerous hardships she's faced in recent years, here's what happened to Ariana Grande that fans will never forget.
Number 10. Divorce. Ariana Grande Butera was born in Boca Raton, Florida, on June 26, 1993. Her mother, Joan Grande, was the head of Hose McCann Communications, which created safety and communications equipment. Her dad's name is Edward Butera. He owned a graphic design company in their hometown.
Everything was going seemingly well for Ariana Grande during her childhood. She acted in plays starting at a young age, and her first role was the title character in Annie.
She also performed karaoke on a cruise ship and sung with orchestras like South Florida's Philharmonic. However, it was around the age of 8 that Ariana's life took a turn. Her parents got a divorce, and her relationship with her father continually went downhill from then on. In her November 2018 single, Thank You Next, she mentions Edward in the lyrics. She sings, "One day I'll walk down the aisle, holding hands with my mama, I'll be thanking my dad, 'cause she grew from the drama." This seems like a small jab at her father, and it very well could be. Back in 2014, Ariana told 17 magazine that falling out of touch with her dad was one of the hardest things she's ever had to deal with. She stated, "It's private, but it happened last year. It took me so long to be okay with it. The thing that got me there was embracing the fact that I am made up of half my dad, and a lot of my traits come from him. So much of me comes from my father, and for so long, I didn't like that about myself. I had to accept that it's okay not to get along with somebody and still love them." However, she still speaks with her father. She even posted a photo on Instagram of her FaceTiming Butera. So, where the relationship stands isn't totally clear to her fans, but maybe it should stay that way. Number 9. Donut Incident.
Will this issue ever go away? It doesn't seem like such a big deal anymore, especially everything Ariana and the rest of the world has been through the past few years.
However, it's still an incident that the Dangerous Woman singer's fans will never forget. On July 7, 2015, Ariana was caught on camera with her now ex-boyfriend, Ricky Alvarez, in a donut shop. The two were seen licking the baked goods and putting them back, leaving contaminated products for future customers. During the recording, you can also hear Ariana say, "What is this? I hate Americans. I hate America," after the employee brings out a tray of donuts that she allegedly found repulsive. She later apologized via Twitter, stating, "I am sorry for not using more discretion with my choice of words. As an advocate for healthy eating, food is very important to me, and I sometimes get upset by how freely we as Americans eat and consume things without giving any thought to the consequences that it has on our health and society as a whole. The fact that the United States has one of the highest child obesity rates in the world frustrates me. However, I should have known better in how I express myself, and with my new responsibility to others as a public figure, I will strive to be better. Let me once again apologize if I have offended anyone with my poor choice of words." Despite her apology, people continue to poke fun at the misstep. Her followers went to Twitter 3 years later and posted things like, "Notice how American politics have never been the same ever since Ariana licked that donut? Yes, I call that impact." And, "Today is Independence Day, so be grateful Ariana Grande licked that donut and gave us the freedom we have today." Number 8. Victoria's Secret. Many of the things Ariana Grande has dealt with throughout her life has been less than pleasant, but one event in 2014 left the singer giddy. Although she might have had a headache afterward, during that year's Victoria's Secret fashion show in New York City, Ariana was performing, along with Taylor Swift, Karlie Kloss, and Ed Sheeran. In the midst of her song, she was knocked in the face by model Elsa Tolk's angel wings. She accidentally stepped into Elsa's path, but she recovered quickly and continued her performance. The event spurred internet memes galore, and Ariana wasn't fazed at all. In fact, she was pretty happy it happened. She took to Twitter and stated, "A Victoria's Secret angel accidentally smacked me in the face with her wings, and it was awesome."
Don't forget to subscribe.
Number 7. Cancellation. In February 2018, Grande faced another challenge. This time it was medical. She had to cancel her performance for the 2018 BRIT Awards after she came down with an illness. It was supposed to be a tribute to the people who suffered through the Manchester incident, but she couldn't do it. A source told E! News, "It was utter chaos when the call came in that Ariana couldn't do it. It's a race against time to get someone to do what is very much the centerpiece of the entire show. The whole industry wants to come together to pay their respects to the victims." The effects of that terrible night resonated far and wide in the music industry, and it's only right everyone comes together to pay their respects. Although she couldn't perform that time on doctor's orders, Ariana had paid respects to the people who endured the Manchester incident on other occasions. Number 6. Awards.
Something else Ariana Grande's fans will never forget are her accomplishments. Her first album, titled Yours Truly, came out in 2013.
And it debuted at the #1 spot on the US Billboard 200. Her 2014 record, My Everything, also garnered a lot of attention with the singles Problem, Break Free, and a couple of others. Her other albums include Dangerous Woman and Sweetener. So far, Ariana has taken home 3 American Music Awards, 2 Billboard Women in Music Awards, and numerous others. Number 5. March for Our Lives. Since her experience with the Manchester incident, Ariana has become even more philanthropic. And she proved it once more when she performed at the March of Our Lives rally in Washington, D.C. in March 2018. The goal of the organization is to put an end to gun violence in the United States. Ariana sang her song, Be Alright, which was very fitting for the occasion. While she was on stage, she told the audience, "This is for those brilliant students here today that are leading this march and for everybody participating today. Thank you so much for fighting for change, and for love and safety, and for our future." Number 4. Mac Miller. Of course, one of the biggest things that Ariana's fans will never forget was her relationship with Mac Miller. Her and the rapper were first seen together on a YouTube video doing a cover of Baby It's Cold Outside in 2012. They then recorded the single, The Way, which garnered them both a lot of recognition. Afterward, Ariana said that he was one of her best friends in the world, like in the whole world, during an interview with Hot 97. However, most people thought that Miller and Grande were more than just friends, considering the flirtatious vibe of the Way music video.
Although the two reassured everyone that there was nothing more than their relationship, Ariana split up with Ricky Alvarez in July 2016. A month later, she and Mac Miller made things official via Instagram.
After a seemingly positive relationship, the duo split up on May 9, 2018. Grande posted a photo of her and Miller on Instagram stating, "This is one of my best friends in the whole world and favorite people on the planet. I respect and adore him endlessly, and I'm grateful to have him in my life in any form, at all times regardless of how our relationship changes or what the universe holds for each of us." When Matt got a DUI, a fan accused Ariana and her blossoming romance with Pete Davidson to be the cause. But she struck back by saying, "How absurd that you minimize female self-respect and self-worth by saying someone should stay in a toxic relationship because he wrote an album about them." Miller later stated, "I was in love with somebody. We were together for 2 years. We worked through good times, bad times, stress, and everything else. And then it came to an end and we both moved on. And it's that simple. It's all positive energy. I am happy for her and the fact that she's moving forward with her life, just as I'm sure she is with me. But everyone was devastated, especially Ariana, when Mac Miller passed away on September 7, 2018 of an overdose." Number 3. Pete Davidson.
Ariana Grande fans will never forget her whirlwind romance with Pete Davidson. They met for the first time on Saturday Night Live in 2016, but were both dating other people.
However, they both split with their significant others in 2018, and they made things official that May. They even got matching cloud tattoos right off the bat. Ariana's fans questioned whether or not the relationship would be good for her, considering Davidson's borderline personality disorder. However, Pete responded with, "Just because someone has a mental illness does not mean that they can't be happy and in a relationship. It also doesn't mean that that person makes the relationship toxic. Everybody is different, and there are a lot of treatments for mental illnesses, and I have done, and I'm doing all of them. And I encourage those who struggle to seek help as well." After Pete got a couple more tattoos dedicated to Grande, they got engaged in June. That same month, Ariana announced that she would add a song titled Pete Davidson to her album Sweetener. However, things took an unexpected turn when the two called it quits just 3 months later. Some people believe it was due to Pete's off-color jokes concerning her and their relationship, and others believe it had something to do with Ariana's difficulties dealing with Mac Miller's passing. But she references all of her past relationships in the song Thank You Next. The first verse of the song states that she believes she'd still be with her ex, Big Sean, but it didn't work out. She also sings that she almost got married, and she's thankful for Pete. The last line of the first verse says, "Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm, 'cause he was an angel," which is about Miller. Number 2. Health problems.
Another thing that fans love and won't forget about Ariana is that she's very open with her health issues that she's dealt with.
Back in 2014, she told the world about the problems she had with hypoglycemia when she was younger. For those of you who don't know, hypoglycemia is low blood sugar, which can result in confusion, seizures, trouble talking, shakiness, and numerous other symptoms if not treated. She said, "Sometimes I get anxious if I forget to eat. When I was a little girl, I would turn into the Tasmanian devil." Ariana also let fans in on her struggles with anxiety and PTSD following the event in Manchester. She told Elle in 2018, "When I got home from tour, I had really wild dizzy spells, this feeling like I couldn't breathe. I would be in a good mood, fine and happy, and they would hit me out of nowhere. I've always had anxiety, but it had never been physical before. There were a couple of months straight where I felt so upside down." Ariana also noted that she'd been in therapy for over 12 years following her parents' divorce. She said, "It's work. I'm a 25-year-old woman, but I've also spent the last handful of years growing up under very extraordinary circumstances, and I know how that story goes." Number 1. Manchester.
Perhaps one of the most overwhelming events that Ariana fans will never forget is what happened in her concert in Manchester in May 2017. 22 people lost their lives in the incident.
Later on, Ariana wrote a letter to her fans which stated, "I'm writing to you this February 22nd, 2018. It's been 8 months since our show at the Manchester Arena. It's impossible to know where to start or to know what to say about this part. May 22nd, 2017 will leave me speechless and filled with questions for the rest of my life. Music is an escape. Music is the safest thing I've ever known. Music is something that brings people together, introduces them to some of their best friends, and makes them feel like they can be themselves. It is comfort. It is fun. It is expression. It is happiness. It is the last thing that would ever harm someone. It is safe. When something so opposite and so poisonous takes place in your world that is supposed to be everything but that, it is shocking and heartbreaking in a way that seems impossible to fully recover from."
Today's featured comment comes from Nifa on our Richard Gere, to be a father again at 69 and other late life dads video. Thanks for the comment, Nifa. Don't forget to leave your thoughts below and we might feature you in a future video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.